Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Today we are gonna work on day 8 of the advent calendar. So again, if you don't want to see, look away. And guys, my hands, I'm on a design team and I've been working a lot and my hands are all jacked up, so excuse that. Number 8 is stencils. Really cute. I already cut a 4x6 card base, and this panel is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. So then you have like an 1/8 of an inch all the way around. See? Okay. And then we have this. Now, I'm going to keep it simple. I figured we could go ahead and just stencil across and add a sentiment, because sometimes less is more. Okay, these stencils are numbered, so you have 1, 2, and 3. So this card should go fairly quick. So I just figured we'd maybe make them around up to there, and then we can add a sentiment onto it. But what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to make sure that I have a line that I can make sure all of my stencils line up on, and I think it's going to be maybe here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a piece of tape so I can have a reference point, and also so I could hold down my stencil, my panel. So I'm going to add this here. Make sure everything stays even. And then our stencil is going to get butt up there. And I'm going to add one on the top as well, so I can easily follow where they belong. Okay, so I brought out the cool tones, and you have Ocean, Orchid, Azul, and Pasture. I only need 3, so I was thinking maybe I'll just use these. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the lightest, which is gonna be Ocean, and I'm gonna use these smaller brushes, and I'm just gonna pick up ink, and I'm gonna make sure that we have this pretty even, and I'm just gonna ink it up. And that's just, don't move it. And we're almost done with this color. Just want to make sure that I get it all nice and really make sure I have everything covered. Okay, that's pretty good. So we have our first color done. Oh no, there was something there. Okay. All right. Now we could come back with our second color. We can cover this guy up. So we're going to bring our second stencil, and that guy is going to go just about there. And we're going to come in with the orchid. this is gonna make for some pretty like simple cards, especially if you're in a rush to get one done. So we have that, and then we have our last one, and that's gonna go in the darker blue. And I'm trying to like go away from my comfort zone, right? I would most likely would have used like yellow or a mixture of yellows and like reds or browns for the for like Thanksgiving. But today we're just gonna do this. All right, let me get another. Ooh, that's dark. Okay. So now I'm thinking that maybe what we'll do is I have the Better Press, and it has some plates that have sentiments. Maybe we'll run that through and get a sentiment for this guy, since it's darker colors than I originally thought I would do, because I was going to stamp my sentiment right on top. So we'll just rethink it and just go with the flow. All right, and we're just about good. So, oh, that's pretty. Okay, we have that done. And I don't want to get any ink anywhere else, so I'm just going to be careful. Make sure my hands don't have anything. Oh, I got a little bit of ink on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to see if my eraser takes that off. If not, then I'll probably just cut this and add it to another panel, because I really wanted it to be all white. Okay, so let's cover this up, and when mistakes happen, you just gotta improvise. All right, let me get my eraser and see if I can get that off. And yeah, it is coming off. All right, just a little bit more. Okay, so it did get it off, but it left a line. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the panel down, and then we'll cut another panel the same size, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I already got my panel ready, and I'm gonna cut this down. Now we can take this as an opportunity to change it up a little bit, and maybe we'll leave a little white border here, and then maybe we could just layer this on top of maybe like the purple or something. Yeah, we have that. And I'm gonna trim it down a little bit more on this side. Just a tad. Okay, so we have this now, and then we can go ahead and layer it there, and then maybe we'll just put another piece of purple on the bottom. Let me get that card. I'll be right back. Okay, so in my ultimate cheap self, I don't want to waste anything, so I think I'm just gonna layer these on the bottom. And then we'll cut them, because I mean you're not gonna see the sides, so it doesn't matter. Alright, I'm just gonna put this one here, and we could trim them. We have that. And then we'll glue this one and then we could trim them down. Sorry about the sniffles, guys. I'm either catching a cold or my allergies are going crazy. Okay, so actually, let's do it on this side. And I'm giving myself enough space to trim down. And we could just cut off the sides so we don't need that. Okay. So we have that. And now we can trim that down. That, and this one doesn't need as much. And what I'm doing is that I'm pretty much lining up this and then we have that. Okay, so again, we started off one way and now we're switching things up. Okay, so this will go here, nice little layer, and then it'll go on our card base. You can see it better down there. Now let me get out my Better Press and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our Better Press and we have our sentiments. You know, I really have to buy more of these guys because I don't have enough. Okay, put that there. Let's get our ink. And while we do that, I'm just gonna tape this card. Actually, should I use? No, I'm gonna use this one. I was gonna use the paper that came with it, so I'm just gonna tape our cardstock to here, and it's bigger than what I'm gonna stamp, so I don't have to worry about placement really. Let's add some tape to it. And we could go ahead and ink this up. And I'm just going to be careful not to get too much on let me make sure this is working right. Yeah, it is. I don't want to get this too dirty. See, I start talking and I lose my train of thought. Okay, let's try to get it all. Okay, so we're going to add this here and try not to press down, right? So you don't get ink where you don't want it. And let's go ahead and run it through. I'm gonna run it through slow. You feel a little bit of pressure, but not like when you're die cutting. Oh, what happened there? Why are they not going down there? Okay, that's kind of weird. Oh, it's shifted. Okay, so what am I gonna do here? Okay, I might ruin it, but you know what? Since it's shifted, I need to get that out right. I don't want to break my press. Actually, it's fine. Huh. So what happened was that this got stuck up here. It must have moved when I first started running it through, and I couldn't get it through the machine without forcing it, and that could have broken my plate. So you got to be really careful when you're running this through. And if you feel there's a lot of tension, don't force it because you don't want to break your better press. Okay, so here, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just reusing the same tape that I used before. Let's get our plates. And let's go ahead and run that through. That noise is normal. And let me put this away, I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna use, so here my everything. Let's do happy birthday. Okay. So we can start putting our card together. Okay. Put this panel. Okay, we can add this one. So we have that. So there, and then we can add our little sentiment. And let me bring the lights a little away. So you start getting that. You could pop this up and maybe like layer it on a black. But I'm just gonna glue this down, make it a. I already complicated the card. Let's bring these up. And we just got a little sentiment on it. So that's our card. And that's day 8. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one for day 9. These things are really like, they if you use them daily, they really do challenge you to think on what to do with one specific item. If you do have the advent calendar or you're planning on getting one, if it's not Diamond Press, whichever one, I think you should do like the daily, like take one out and just work on that project, because it really helps you like think outside the box and, you know, maybe use colors and things that you wouldn't have used before, because not everything is going to be your style, but you can still make something cute, right? It's a cute card. All right, guys. I will talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.